Here we go. Hey, welcome back. Secret House Against the World. Coast Contra today, gentlemen. We're reviewing the new Coast Contra. Well, the debut LP from the 4-person crew Coast Contra. The album is called Apartment 5, 17 songs, 49.
505, man.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. I told you I was too drunk last night. Apartment 505, 17 songs, 49 minutes. It is a full, legitimate rap LP. You know how I like to do it. I like to find out like what we know about these cats to get it started off. Who wants to go in first?
I can do it, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Up, down, left, right, BA. I found out that these guys, the twins of Raz Kaz, and that kind of took me aback. I'm like, yo, Raz Kaz, right? Then
It's Raz Taj? T-A-J?
No, I said Kaz, right?
Raz Kaz.
Yeah, Raz Kaz.
Yeah, the rapper.
Right? Yeah,
right?
the rapper.
Oh, you said they're who?
The twins.
Oh.
The twins in the group are his sons.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I was not
took me
aware
back,
of that.
Yeah, that took me back.
Okay, I didn't know they were his sons, but I
Yeah.
know their names is Raz and Taj.
Yeah, and that's
Okay,
the
that's
twins
why I
are
thought
his
you were
son.
saying that the twins Raz Taj, and I was
no,
like,
no.
oh, hold on, you fucking it up. Y'all talking about me? He don't even drink.
Yeah,
but
no.
okay, that's his sons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
shit.
And they started a group, and that really took me back. I'm like, whoa. But I knew these guys because I saw them on Submit Hub. When I was submitting my music to Submit Hub, I saw Coast Contra. And I actually
Oh.
reviewed one of their songs like 2 years ago. I was like, oh, this is good. And I actually wrote that, like, this sounds pretty good. So it's kind of shocking to see them, like, kind of blow up right now and getting all that Instagram fame right now. But I'm like, yeah, shout out to them. So, yeah, that's how I know about them for about a year.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. What about you, Jet?
Nope.
No.
First time.
Nope.
Oh, really?
First time. Yeah.
You didn't even see. Okay.
You guys are talking about it last time we recorded, and I
Okay.
was like, yeah, I'll check it out. That was my first time.
No, I think my man DJ Tag, shout out to the homie DJ Tag out here. I think he sent me the Instagram video of them all going off at the
Freestyle?
table to the JID beat. And of course, like anybody that can rap well sounds super dope over that beat.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, these cats is really rapping. This is like, you know, a throwback lyricism, you know, and all 4 of them had interesting styles. All of them came dope. So I was like, all right, when the album dropped, when I heard it was dropping, I was like, this seems like something dope to check out. And I think, you know, we always we abuse El Spade with albums that don't have drums all
Yes,
the time.
just had
So I
drums.
figured we might as well check these cats out. But yeah, I tried to watch they had like a video like introducing the album. I forget what they called it, but you know, I'm checking it out and I'm trying to find out like their names because their styles are not so distinct enough for my ear to pick up who is who from
Eric
track
Jamal
to track.
is, though.
Well,
Eric
yeah,
Jamal
yeah,
styling.
yeah. And also, you know, Rio, the cat that raps in Spanish. Of
Spanish,
course,
yeah.
you hear Spanish come off, you're like, okay, that's him. But it was one of those things where I couldn't really tell who they were, and so I was trying to find it out. I watched their little, they call it something when you put out a video like that that's kind of like about the album and about them. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just whatever it is, it was on YouTube and it was dope. My brain is not clicking the right way today, obviously, but yeah, man, I like these cats. It's my first time. Yeah, it's a brand new artist for me.
Can I say, man, I was delighted with this album, man. Like, can we just hop into it real quick?
Yeah, bust it.
Let me tell you, man, I
I
was extremely delighted with this album. Great choices in production, like the live instrumentations. You can hear influences from all around America. You can hear the Tribe influences. You can hear the Wu-Tang influences. You can hear the Dungeon Family influences. It's just overall good. You also can hear some Junior Mafia influence. It was no way you could really pinpoint where these guys were from if you listen to the music, and that could be a good or bad thing depending on how you look at it. I think it does show how like universal rap has become, that styles really don't even matter no more. Because this album
this is
was
all internet
everywhere.
convergence culture shit.
I will say though,
Are they from the West Coast?
one is
No,
from
they're-
Philly,
yeah.
one, and then 2 from West, and then one other one from Costa Rica.
yeah,
Yeah.
Colombia.
Eric
Colombia,
is
sorry.
Yeah.
Eric is from Philly.
Yes.
And then I mean Razcast is West Coast, and then you know
Because I thought it was a West Coast album. like listening to the production and just the way it was put together. I thought they were from the West Coast.
It has West Coast influences, right?
I think Apartment 505 was on the West Coast. They all moved to Los Angeles together, and so it is very, very, it is a West Coast. They West Coasting. It's Coast Contra. It's West Coast.
I love the album, but one criticism I would have just off the top, it's young dudes rapping, and it comes off like young dudes rapping, and I'm not their demographic for this, but I can tell they listen to old hip hop. They got old hip hop influences, but it teeters on the brink of becoming taxing because there's only so many ways you can say, I don't love these bitches, fuck me, I got money, we the young, but it's young dude rap, so I'm not really knocking them for that. But it's a good album.
I also really enjoy the album for what they're trying to do, and I think that they executed with vigor and very well. But it is very straightforward art. It's very straightforward art.
Execution is definitely the key word here. I think the vigor, as you've put it, or just the finesse, the ability that they've put in, like the rapping is very, very skillful. The production is very lush. It's really well produced. There's some really, really gorgeous productions on there.
Shout out to my man Jansport J on there.
Shout out to Jansport J.
Check out the podcast.
I don't know if I much cared for the subject matter on it.
It's basic at times, yes.
And also even just, I think Mega will be with me on this, just my politics and stuff. Like, I don't care for like the whole, like, we're flipping houses kind of rap. Like,
that was generic.
I've never much cared for this like highly blessed and favored type rap, just generally. I think these cats are dope. I think the way the all four of them, come through with their styles, I think is pretty sick. I didn't hear any bars on there that I was just like, man, get the shit out. I enjoyed the whole album from start to finish. But also like my own personal biases and opinions on the kind of stuff I listen to, it wasn't exactly like fulfilling for me.
No, it's not. It's definitely a sugar cake because once again, they're young dudes though. Like,
I think it's even beyond them just being young. I mean, we've seen this a lot of times over the last few years. This kind of throwback to what rap, like this idea of like true school, real hip hop type of rap, and they really exemplify that, and that's really what they're pushing. And the reason it seems like a lot of older heads, like our age demographic, especially, listen to these cats and be like, "Word, this cat's really doing it," because it's like it's the lyricism that you want. There's traditional, more boom bap style beats. There's and this is a very almost like a '90s album or
like the whole
arrangement,
cypher type thing going on with it.
It's a kind of a '90s album type of arrangement where you have, let's have this type of track, this type of track. We need a track with the ladies, and that's kind of the thing about like the my critique of the Earth Gang album too. It's like this is like, think of a topic, let's get off, boom, and some of the topics are not thoughtful for me in any way that's like that is interesting to me. It's like, all right, let's do the track about like the two phones or legacy. That's dope. Like, it's a good song about legacy and what they've done, and I just don't care about the subject matter. But what I will say, also politically, but what I will say is, like, I appreciate it. These young cats are really trying to. They've got almost like a what do you call it? Like a Nipsey Hussle type of, like, do it for the community, like build it up. Yeah. And I like that. I like what they stand for. I hope that as they continue to write, I mean, the first album's the album that's been forming your entire life. And I hope that they kind of like push the subject matter a little bit more creatively.
We're saying the same thing. We're saying the exact same thing. And that was the whole thing. Even like with Pimpin' Benjamins, like the gems of knowledge that they feel like they're dropping. As a older man, I'm like, you're not really saying anything. You're talking about flipping houses and buy back the block. It's like, dude, that's generic. Yeah. That's not really telling me anything. But once again, that I think is a factor of being young. Like, when you're young, you're like, yeah, this is what we need to do. We need to buy back the block. We need to flip houses. I'm like,
there's an optimism to this record that you don't see in a lot of hip hop, which I also kind of appreciate, to be honest.
It's really interesting at times.
It's refreshing.
I like hearing their story. This whole the whole title of the album is like, these four dudes lived in a tiny apartment together. They formed their friendship, and you can really tell that they are friends because the way that they trade with each other and go back to back, and their energy, and just there's so many live show clips in this. And I think that they use a lot of the live show audio to show, like, yeah, man, we're putting together. Yeah. We're homies. And some of the lines on it really stand out to me dope too. Like on Legacy, they're like, 505, we slept inside the cold, had to learn learned how to cook without a stove. Only thing that kept us hot was the flows. Like, this is great rap, but it is the rap styles, from my perspective, just one step beyond the lyrical rap that only raps about being lyrical.
Yes.
This is this kind of like upward mobility, like hustle rap that is really good, but it's not something I always go back to. They do it well in all varieties of it. Even the last track is just like beatboxing.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
that track is good,
that's
yeah.
the fun thing with the last track. It's like, at first you kind of think it's just like a skit or an interlude, and then like some drums come in places, you know, things kind of build up a little bit, and then it goes back into the beatboxing, and you know, it's that cypher. It's like, you really do get that sense of camaraderie from the group, that all of these guys are friends and they've been doing this for a long time together, and like, they're dope with it.
Damn good production, damn good mix on this. AF1, I like that. Focus like some Adderall. I ain't mad at y'all. Like, yo, shout out to ADHD.
I got to admit, like, I prefer the shorter tracks.
I do
like
too,
I like the tracks where I don't have to listen to, you know, 18 bars from each MC.
However,
and, you know,
505 is long, but
Yeah.
the beat switches save that. Like,
the beat switch up is hard.
It's probably my favorite track on there because of the beat switches.
Okay. We were trying to watch UFC too. Yeah, spoiler alert. It's a little late now, but hey, you know the vibes, man.
I kind of think this album, though, in all honesty, it makes me want to see what they do with the second album. Because this album, I know it's an introduction album where it's solid, it's good, but I'm like, you know what? I think you can do better, dog. I really do.
I you know, I had homies that I put this on to that love it, and it's that demographic of cats that don't really care for trap music and the things that talk about trap, but they like lyricism,
Trap
they
beats.
like approach, they like the more conventional, they like Clear Soul Forces, they like you know, Pro Era and Joey Badass, they like that kind of throwback, like beats, lyrics, and I like that, but
yeah,
it's not
I
really
think-
my cup of tea.
I definitely think the best moments of the album are just when they're just going in.
Yeah.
As like a collective, when you just got like all four of them trading off of each other, you know, trading blows, like sparring with each other lyrically, going back and forth, you know, over a beat that just kind of takes the back seat for a little while, because some of the production's very, very lush and kind of takes center stage in places for me, especially on some of the like For the Ladies type tracks. You know, you got My Lady, Queen and Slim. Like, I think, you know, it gets a little more melodic, and you got some features on there and stuff, but I thought it was dope, like, you know, when it's just, they're just going in.
Yeah.
as a
Eric
collective.
Jamal is definitely the Justin Timberlake of this group. And I can see him doing some solo projects, and I'll be looking forward to those. But yeah, solid album for me. I'm actually going to give this a low greatest album ever, best album
So,
ever.
like a 7?
Yeah.
Like about 7, about
Okay.
7.5, because once again, you guys are totally right about the content. The content becomes basic and taxing, and you're like, yo, there's only so many ways you can say I fuck bitches and I'm stunting on y'all.
Yeah.
That's a trap. But once again, I think the maturation of these guys haven't really hit to the point they actually can start dropping gems. It's a little premature, but as an introduction, as a group saying, yo, we got bars and we can rap, this was a solid ass album. But once they polish up these gems a little bit, they're gonna be ready, dog.
Yeah.
I
Also,
look forward to the next album.
I mean, I guess I hold hip hop to a slightly different standard when it comes to lyrics, because I listen to a lot of music where the lyrics are completely secondary to how they sound, even to the point of like the words don't necessarily, you know, in a lot of prog rock, like the words don't even make sense, but it sounds nice. You know, the way the words sound are more important than the actual words themselves. And normally with hip hop, you know, we actually look at what is being said. But even from the perspective of like, how did it sound? I think this album sounded really good.
I agree. I really, if I had to rate it on our tier system, greatest album ever, worst
Trash.
album, trash album, I would say it's a great album. This, I know people who love hip hop music for different reasons than I do. They fucking love this album. They want to hear it. This is, to me, like if I was DJing in Tokyo, I would put on these tracks.
Yes.
These are good for
Yes.
a social environment. The message is strong. For the tracks, it's not the most toxic shit. It's thoughtful young cast who can bar the fuck out. This is a greatest album ever for me. I would rate it around like a 7, a high 6, low 7. I would like to see a little bit more creativity in the production, and
What, in the production?
Well, yeah. Well, what I want. I'm not saying the production is bad. I would like a little bit more experimentation from these guys. I would
Sure.
like them to move a little bit away from this very formulaic
Boom bap
type of
kinda-
boom bap. Type
So you're
of
saying like no
approach.
drums? Is that what you saying?
No. I mean, like, a lot of the shit that I listen to has drums in it, but like, they've got a beat by Jansport J, and I think it's one of his more conventional type of beats for me, and I wouldn't mind them going to a DiBiase for some beats, or going to some of those
yeah.
Los Angeles cats
Like
who
the
are
Brain
big
Feeder
beats
type set. Yeah.
I mean, name Cutma, like there's so many West Coast guys who are making really strange, engaging beats that have drums, heavy with the drums, that would be dope. Yeah.
I thought production was awesome on this album.
Production is good, and it's clean. I know you love
It's
a clean
very
album.
clean.
It's polished. It's good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, yeah. What do you got, Jet? You just like it?
Yeah. I'm basically on the same page as the both of you. Like, it's like a 7 to me. There's nothing I disliked about it other than I don't care about house flipping. And that will never be my lane.
Rich
But
dad, poor dad. Like, come on,
like, think and grow rich type mentality isn't for me. But ultimately, like, that is something that resonates with a lot of people. I think they are doing it from a good place. I don't think that it's all about just enriching themselves and leaving everybody behind and becoming the next Jeff Bezos for them. That's not the impression I get. I think these guys, they want to uplift. They want to, like, show a message of positivity, and I can't hate on that.
Yeah, I mean, they also pulled up on your bitch. That's intentional.
Yes. It's not blood on my hands.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
hot Cheetos.
I guess that's
It's
maybe the
intentional.
only, like, issue I have with the album is that usually, like, the song title just gets repeated a few times, and that's the hook. Intentional, legacy,
Yeah.
explicit, family. Like, as soon as family started, I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna say family 25 times
Right.
in the
Vin
verse.
Diesel on them. Yeah.
Yeah, Vin Diesel on 'em.
Family.
Women
Yeah,
are
we talk about
explicit.
family.
Explicit.
But yeah, I like this album quite a lot. I think it's pretty good. Shouts out to my family.
Shout out to Vin Diesel, man. Fan of the show. Appreciate you, Vin. He used to be a b-boy. You know
He
the vibe?
did. Yeah. You saw him on that popping and locking. Like,
I mean, he was doing it. I mean, whatever it takes. All right, man. Yeah, it's Secret House Against the World, Coast Contra, apartment 505.
like, subscribe, please. We need that 500.
Almost there.
Let's
Do
get us
it.
to 505.
If you like what we're doing,
Yeah.
please. If you don't like what we're doing, just do it anyway.
Comments. We read all of them.
I didn't write down many lyrics from this album because I didn't really find any that I loved too much.
Me
like
either,
that,
actually.
that were stood out. They're just very strong.
Yeah, it's a
They're
robust
styling,
record.
though. Yeah, they're
It's
Oh,
styling.
they
robust.
style. Yeah.
Shout out to Eric Jamal, man. Keep doing your thing. You're like the ODB of this group. I like you.
He's like the Buster. He's like
He is the Buster.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the Fife dog.
Bringing some energy, yeah.
Marcus has done. He's discovered
Yeah.
himself.
Coast Contra.
He's very fortunate.
Secret House.
Up, down, left, right.
Fuck the alt-right.
BA, start.